Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Good morning. My name is Cassandra and this here is Taco. So Taco is a foster cat. I started fostering again about a month ago. He's the second cat that I've gotten so far. And he's just a really sweet, affectionate boy. He tends to stay really close wherever I am. That is where he wants to be, so I guess he's going to be participating in this morning's yoga class. We're going to start lying down. I'm not using any props. If you have them, you can always grab a hold of them, but I don't really think they'll be necessary today. So just go ahead and lay on down, and we'll begin in a reclined pigeon pose. So cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee. Like I said, he's a very affectionate, sweet boy. You can reach through with your arms and see if you can pull your left knee and thigh towards your belly. And you're trying to intend that right knee and shin to move away from you. Try to relax your shoulders, your neck, your head. Just gently opening through the glutes into that right hip. Only using a little bit of arm strength. And give it one last big squeeze. And then let your left foot come back down to the floor. We're going to come into a laying spinal twist. I'm going to make this a bit more gentle, so I'm going to uncross my legs first. Move your hips a little to the right, and then let both knees drop to the left. And you can extend and reach your right arm out to the side, push down into your right shoulder blade. So we're moving the knees and the right shoulder in opposite directions. Draw your lower belly in. And as with all of my morning yoga classes, I always encourage you to use this as an opportunity to set the tone for your day. Starting to think of one word that captures how you want to feel, how you want your day to go. One more big breath in here. And lift both knees back up through to center. Keep your feet hip-width distance apart and bring your arms by your sides. Shrug your shoulders down and away from your ears, and we're going to lift our heels off the floor, coming into this variation of bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Squeeze to lift your hips, low back and mid back. And then you're just going to drop your heels down and lift your heels back up. Try to keep the ankles really stable as you do this. Take about 5 more. Go at your own pace. And even though we're dropping the heels, see if you can keep your hips just as high. Take 1 more. Squeeze and lift. And then heels down, roll all the way back. Reclined pigeon on the other side. Left ankle to the top of your right knee. Pull it through. And just hold on to whatever is comfortable and accessible to you here. Relax your neck, your jaw, your eyes. What is one word that captures how you want to feel today? And let's release. And we'll come into our twist on the other side. So I like to separate the legs, bring your hips over to the left, and then drop both knees and thighs over to the right. You might stretch your left arm out to the side here, pressing into your left shoulder blade. Trying to move your knees away from that left shoulder. Collarbones facing up to the sky. And let's come all the way back up through to center. We'll do a variation of bridge pose again, a little bit different this time. Bring your arms back down. Once again, you're going to lift your heels off the mat, push into the balls of the feet, squeeze into your glutes and lift up. This time, keep your heels up, and we're just going to exhale, dropping the hips about halfway, and then squeeze through your glutes as you press them back up a little higher. And keep going like this at your own pace. So really working through the hamstrings, working through the glutes. Again, notice what your ankles and your heels are doing. We don't want them wavering side to side. Take one more here, squeeze and lift, and then heels down, roll all the way down to the mat. Let's rock up, come up to take a seat. Actually, cross out your ankles so you can make your way into your tabletop pose on hands and knees. Palms under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, cat and cow. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, tailbone up. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Take a few more. Inhale. And exhale. Twice more like this. Really broaden through the upper back, through your chest. Push into fingertips and knuckles. Last one. Coming back to neutral, walk your hands a couple inches forward, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make sure your feet are hip width distance here. You can bend your knees as you reach your chest towards your thighs and curl your tailbone up towards the sky. Keep pushing into your fingertips and knuckles, taking some of the weight out of your wrists. And you might alternate paddling the feet just a little bit, kind of pushing into each heel one at a time. Getting into the back of our legs. And now let's come forward into our plank pose. Keep your feet hip width distance apart, and we're just going to rock so that both heels drop to the right, up, and then drop to the left. And keep doing this a few times. So over to the right, kind of like a windshield wiper motion, and then to the left. Try to keep your hips stable so they're not dropping. There's no back bend, and they're not lifting up. It's not like a downward dog. Take one more on each side, over to the right, over to the left, back to plank pose, and lower all the way down. Push your hands into the floor, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Keep your elbows in, open through your heart. Exhale to release. Let's press back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, lifting up and back. Let's reach our right leg up to the sky, bend your right knee, open up your hip, squeeze to lift that knee up even higher. Straighten the leg and set it down, second side, left leg up, bend your left knee, open up your hip. Lift it up even more. Straighten and square, hands, set it down. Bring your knees down to the floor and widen your knees towards the edges of the mat, big toes together. Balasana, child's pose. Walk your hands out in front of you. Five more breaths in the pose. What is it that you need today, that you want to focus on? Thinking of your one word intention. Now let's walk our hands in, start to lift on up, and just come to take a seat in any way that's comfortable to you here. Before we close, we'll take a little neck release sequence. Sitting up nice and tall, roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. And we're just going to drop our right ear towards the right shoulder. And you can change a little bit the sensation by tilting your chin up slightly. And then tilting the chin down a little. Make a half circle as you drop your chin to your chest. Pause here for a breath. And left ear to the left shoulder. Roll that right shoulder down and away. And tilt your chin up a little bit. And tilt your chin down. Keep rolling it down, chin to chest. And lift your head all the way up. Let's just circle the arms. Big stretch in here. Interlace your fingers and flip the palms so that they're pressing up. And just take a little side bend. Whatever feels good here. And hands together and join them at the front of the heart. Close your eyes. Notice how you feel now as opposed to when you first stepped onto your mat. What is one word that captures how you want to feel today? When you're ready, let's close with the chant of Om one time. Inhale to chant. Big breath in. Namaste. Thank you so much for doing this morning yoga flow with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know what your one word intention is today. And also, if you'd like to stay a little longer, I would love for you to do a 5-minute morning meditation. You should find it right here somewhere on the screen. Please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow morning for more morning yoga. Namaste.